Okay, welcome to 2025 and congratulations if you made it here. I think the fact that we're all still here right now, still here working on ourselves, still here bettering ourselves is so meaningful to the rest of the world. I truly feel like 2025 is going to be one of the most meaningful, impactful years of a lot of people's lives. I feel like a lot of the world has so much good in store for them this year, and I'm super excited to see what this year brings. Now, I know for me, I'm making this one of the most incredible years of my life, and I want the same thing for you, and that's why I've made today's video of the habits that we're leaving behind in 2025 so that we can have a better, more meaningful, more fulfilling, more rewarding, more relaxing, more peaceful, not just on social media, but actually on the inside life experience. So before I get started, I do want to make a disclaimer and just say these are just simply my opinions. Some of these are my own personal goals for this year. Some of these things are things that have truly dramatically changed my life that I want to share with you in hopes that they could change yours this year. These are just simply suggestions. They are not saying, oh, you must do this in order to have a good 2025. You know what you need to be doing for yourself in order to have one of the best years of your life. You know, you will always know. So again, these are just suggestions. Now, I did save the best for last in this video, so you're going to want to stick around for number 7. It is going to be completely life-changing to so many people this year. I can feel it. So without further ado, let's get into the habits that we're leaving in 2025. By the way, I wrote this out on a piece of paper, so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm staring at. Okay, so we're starting off strong with number 1 being not setting clear enough goals or not allowing ourselves in on what we truly deeply desire in our lives. And what better time of the year than the beginning of it to set clear intentions for what you deeply desire. There are so many people walking around in life not knowing what they even want out of life. There are so many people who are setting goals based off of things that really don't mean anything to them. They just want to be looked at in a certain way by the world around them. It's so important for you to sit down with yourself and journal on what it is that you really actually want, without limiting yourself to how much money you have or where you live or what your current relationship status is right now or what your friendships are like right now or what your home life is like right now. No more limiting. Allow yourself to really feel into what it is you really want. There are no limits when you do this. No limits. You can even write it out. If there were no limits at all in the world, what would I want? Okay? And be patient with yourself when you do this, because if you're not used to getting in touch with your deepest desires, it might take a little bit of reaching within you. You may have really buried them underneath a lot of different beliefs, so give yourself some patience and some grace when you do this. Don't be impatient with yourself. Take your time. There's really no rush. You could spend weeks on this if you wanted. It doesn't really matter as long as you are communicating with yourself and getting really clear on what your desires are, not what the world wants from you, not what you think will make everybody like you or make everybody think that you're successful. This is about true success. This is about feeling successful within yourself, like you sit with yourself and you're very happy with who you are and where you are in your life. If you want me to make a separate video explaining even more in depth on how to get clear on your desires, I can absolutely do that. And this leads me into number 2. The second habit that we'll be leaving behind in 2025 is not having a meditation routine. Having a meditation routine changed my life. I have been able to create all of the travels that I did in 2024, including going to Thailand, heading to Dubai. It is all because I meditated early in the morning and before I went to bed at night. Once you get very clear on your goals, you can then start meditating on them. Start visualizing yourself accomplishing them. Start envisioning who that person is who has that goal. And then you can take those habits and feelings and personality traits out into the world in your real everyday waking life. Meditation will change your life. Clearing your chakra system, your energy centers, will change your life. Just sitting down in the morning to set an intention before you go out into the world mindlessly will change your life because you take that time to be mindful in the morning. You know exactly who you want to be. You know exactly what you want to do, say, where you want to go. You have a goal to work towards. You have a self-concept in your mind that you are working on, and you are deciding to embody that as you go out into the world. So having a meditation routine will really set you up for success in 2025 if you don't already have one. Number 3 goes perfectly hand in hand with number 2, which is not having a nighttime routine. I know that I wake up in the morning very self-disciplined and structured for the first few hours of my day. And then when it comes to nighttime, I find that I kind of just like fall off and relax and want to do whatever. I have a big goal to have a very strong, structured nighttime routine for 2025. So this is something I know that I'm going to be implementing for myself in order to have a better day the next day. I've been finding recently that not having a structured nighttime routine is beginning to affect my morning and my day the next day. So if you're somebody who feels the same way as me, you have a very strong morning routine but not a very strong nighttime routine, let's make this a goal this year to really change that habit and to set ourselves up for success and having more structure, health, and order before we go to bed. I'm really looking forward to making a video at the end of this year and telling you how that went and how making a nighttime routine changed my life. And I know I'm going to be making that video, so you can mark my words. Number 4 is a habit I think so many of us have right now, including myself. It is another big thing that I'm working on for myself for 2025, and it's something that I've already started doing in 2024 because I am so freaking fed up with it. I'm not even kidding. Scrolling aimlessly on social media. You know how it is. You sit down for a split second and the next thing you know, you've been on your phone for a half hour, an hour, and it has just literally ate up your time and your energy. Sometimes we can even forget what we were doing in that moment before we went onto our phones. I know that I have. And this year in 2025, I am replacing that horrible habit with something so much more meaningful and productive. Think about how much more you could get done in your day if you did not spend those hours on social media aimlessly scrolling. And I'm not talking about watching a YouTube video that you saved for your watch later. I know that I love to watch meaningful personal growth videos. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about scrolling for an extended period of time. I feel like this is the new smoking. I'm not even kidding. It takes years off of your life. Like, what did we just do? We just sat and wasted our time. In 2025, there is no place for that because we have so much to accomplish. We have so much to experience. We have so much to be present for. There's so much good coming into our lives that we're not going to want to waste that time scrolling aimlessly on social media. That's not where our success lies. It's not where our true happiness, our true peace, our true relaxation comes from. I know for me that is a huge goal of mine this 2025, and if it's one for you as well, please comment below and we can hold each other accountable. I know that I'm already so over this. I'm here to support you as well. Number 5 is not having an exercise routine that you love. You do not have to do Pilates. You do not have to weightlift. You do not have to go running. You can do whatever you want. You can dance, you can walk, whatever. It's just the simple fact of moving and training our body every single day. Having an exercise routine has completely changed my life. It has made me such a healthier person on the inside. I feel so much more clear, so much more structured, so much more successful. There have been times that I felt like I was lagging in my business and not doing well in my business, but because of fitness, it made me feel like if I'm the type of individual who can be fit and get to the gym, I'm the type of individual who can excel in her business. And I truly, truly mean that. Your confidence will skyrocket. Your confidence will boost. You will feel so healthy. You will eat so much more meaningfully and intentionally when you actually start to care about your body. When you put the work in, you're not gonna wanna go home or go out and eat a bunch of junk. You're gonna actually consider, what am I actually eating? And I'm not talking about going to the gym just to have a good looking body, although that's very fun and exciting to achieve and accomplish. But when you go to the gym with a deeper, more meaningful goal, it will keep you there. It will will keep you coming back. When you force yourself to go to the gym because you think you're overweight, or because you think you're underweight, or because you think that your body's just not good enough, you're not gonna want to stick with it. You're gonna feel put down by your own self. You're not gonna want to keep going back there. You're gonna feel like going to the gym is like having a bully take your lunch money every day. It's gonna steal your energy and your light away from you. So you want to find a reason for why you want the fitness that you want. You want to find your why. Why do you want to be fit? Why would you want to be a fit person? What do you think it could do for your health? What do you think it could do for your life? What do you think it could do for your mind? Having a fitness routine completely changed my life at a time that I was very, very, very depressed. I know that it will change yours. So start small. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Make sure you're getting clear on why you want to start your fitness routine, and make sure you're doing it from a place of self-love so that you can actually stick with it and want to go. That leads me into the 6th habit that we're leaving behind in 2025, which is overeating gluten and sugar. I'm gonna say this again as I said it in the beginning of the video. This is just a suggestion. If you don't mind eating gluten, if you don't mind eating sugar, that is up to you. This is a personal thing. I am sharing with you what changed my life, and I'm here to tell you right here and right now, cutting out gluten, cutting out sugar changed my life. You guys, I have lost 25 pounds in the past probably like 5 months because I cut out gluten and sugar from my diet. Now, when I say cut out, what I mean is I completely stopped eating gluten. If there's a time that I feel like it is a once in a lifetime opportunity to eat something very specific, I like to travel a lot, let's say it's a cultural dish and there's gluten in it, I may eat it. As far as sugar goes, I'm not super crazy with sugar. I do eat fruit, I do eat dates every single day. When I say sugar, I mean refined, junky sugar, the white sugar, the bleached sugar. I cut that out of my diet. I will rarely have anything that I think that type of sugar is in. I have not only lost weight on my body, but I've also lost inflammation around my legs and around my arms and around my face. And I feel so much cleaner. I feel so much clearer. I have so much more energy ever since I cut the gluten and all the refined sugars out. If this is something you've been thinking about, I highly encourage you to try it for 2025. As it's changed my life, it could possibly change yours. Drum roll, please. Last but not least, number 7, the habit that we are leaving behind in 2025 is calling everything and everyone that is hurtful or harmful or painful toxic. I feel like at one point in time, it really did serve us to start to identify which behaviors were toxic, whether it was coming from ourselves or whether it was coming from the people around us, so that we could see what was serving us and what wasn't. And imagine if we could just replace toxic with, you know what, that no longer serves me, or that does not serve me, or simply that hurt me, that was not fulfilling to me, that was not rewarding, and I don't want to experience that again. When we label everything as toxic, this is going to change our self-concept. This is going to change how we are seeing our lives. Now we are going to see people, places, things, situations, habits as toxic, rather than this person, these people, me. We were all just doing the best that we could with what we had. That is the truth. When we set ourselves free from calling everything toxic, this is when we can actually heal. And when we do that, we can allow ourselves to realize it wasn't us. It was never you. It was them with their own learned behavior. Or if it was you being the toxic individual, it was just simply a learned behavior. It wasn't like you woke up and said, oh, I'm gonna be toxic today. And even if you did, I'm sorry, but that was just a learned behavior. We do these things because they are learned behaviors. We do these things because they feel like they're gonna serve us in some way, shape, or form. It's never really truly another person. If somebody treat you with toxic behavior, it's not you and it's not your fault. If you treat another individual with toxic behavior, it was a learned behavior that you need to heal, and you need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive those around you who you feel has presented you with toxic behavior and has hurt you from those behaviors. Once you realize we're all just on this path of healing, we all have our own unique perspective, it can set you free. You change your self-concept, and when you change your self-concept, you will change the world around you. You will no longer see things as toxic. You will see, oh, this person is just working on themselves. Do I want to be involved with them? No. And that's okay. You can say that, but you don't have to label them as toxic anymore. But if you can start with truly replacing the outlook of toxic with just doing the best I could with what I had, with what I knew, or the fact that maybe it was just a learned behavior that I didn't mean to replicate, you can begin the process of setting yourself free. Then you can evolve. You won't feel so depressed anymore. I really feel like this is going to be a big one for 2025. We're going to realize that we can't just keep calling things toxic and calling it a day. We're going to have to actually look beneath the surface, and we're going to have to go, okay, that's not for me, that's not for me, and that's okay. And then we can let it go. And then from there, we can decide what is for us then. Well, what is for you? What is for me? If it's not that, then what does whatever's better look like? What does it feel like? What is it acting like? And this can allow ourselves to grow rather than calling ourselves a name or calling somebody else a name and letting it just be there. It doesn't have to be toxic, because somebody's toxic is another person's perfect, okay, with where we're all at. That concludes the habits that we are leaving behind in 2025 for a better 2025. I know for me, these are the habits that I am going to be continuing to embody / working on for the first time. If any of these habits really stuck out to you or helped you, I would love to know in the comments. I'm really happy when I hear from you guys. I am a brand new channel, and yeah. So happy 2025. I'm sending you guys so much love. And as always, you create your amazing, beautiful, and abundant life. It is never outside of you. If I leave you with anything today, it's remembering that. Again, Happy New Year. I'm sending you guys so much love. And until the next one, bye.